We queued up for third pop, going into this KVK, hoping to get a really good fighting KVK. But it turns out we had probably the best recovery KVK we could have asked for, even though we didn't. But here's why. Tides of War, as the name suggests, has these tides that come along every 3 days. You have two types of directives. You have personal ones, and you have 4 choices to pick. Various bonuses you could receive. So, for example, I had this Bastion quest now. I remember having this in the first week of the KVK alongside 20% mine production speed, and I took that because I felt it was more meaningful, and it actually was for a free-to-play compared to like Bastion quests right now, which is going to help me push for 80 million crystals spent. And I think I can make it. The time is not my friend, but I think with enough crystals, we're not kahars, I think we can do it. Not the first time that I've done it. And the second are the alliance directives. So the alliance directives, and this one in particular, is honestly a very big plus for this KVK because you have extra march speed, which is permanent throughout the KVK. So basically you have to kill 25 forts and you'll get 5% march speed permanently. So far we have 10%, we could have 15%, but I don't think we will do it. I don't see any announcements. But what makes this even faster is because you have this lightning strike skill, which makes you have 1 minute rallies, so basically arc, and you can complete this in less than an hour really in the alliance. So this has been quite nice because it also synergizes well with the forts, because the forts also have some quests in the Crusader achievements, like 300 I think forts to conquer, and all of these forts and give these chests, I think level 2 resource packs or whatever they're called. They're just great for resources overall, and also you can speed run your crystal quest when it comes to forts as well. So you can also get more. Where is it? Yeah, 50. You can get this easily in the first week, no issues. And you can have a really good start to your KVK. And I had that. I think this KVK, the first week, I had the best start because we had the 7k gem event also. So I had really a lot of AP to spend, and I have no regrets doing it. Now, another way to get more resources is this merit shop. The merit shop is basically a shop where you exchange your kills for resources. This refreshes every tide, so every like 3 days you have chances to redeem some resources. Granted, it's not a lot because the 40 million is the maximum, and you can easily get this merits just by simply fighting. It won't take long, but I mostly took gold because gold is not that easy to farm compared to other resources, so I just took gold and then some stone. And as you can see by my resources, this is pretty high for my standards, and I'm pretty much set for the next KVK, except I need to farm some gold, but you know, we'll get there. So this KVK, we have the tides, we have merit shop, we don't have bastion skills, and these tides are basically a mix between bastion skills and like stratagems, in my opinion, because they can offer you variety in terms of PvP. Like for example, I had 10% march speed tide, which was pretty good. That would take it over some bastion skills, which we sometimes have because it's universal. And then you have something like 8% attack for all your field troops in the first week, and that has been very helpful because the first week I don't have many points in the tier 2. So you would basically have level 8 tier 2 tech in the first week, which is pretty amazing and probably more beneficial for your overall lineup if you're running mixed marches. And then you have things like directives which you can stack across different ties, so you get like more attack the more kill points you receive, so it kind of ramps up. And it's also nice because it gives you a sense of accomplishment and gives you a sense of progression as well. And those are the features that are really cool. I like it. I would like to play more Tides of War KVKs in the future. But the only real issue I have with this game mode is this right here. As you can see, we have 3 in a row karuaks after the Zig, after basically fighting is over. And while I do like they're all in the same pathway, because usually there's like 1 or 2 chronicles between them, and doing it this way, it gives you, maximizes the amount of passive gain you get per hour. So you basically, I think it gives you more days at maximum capacity, so it gives you an incentive to do these as fast as possible, so you can have benefit from it passively. And I think it's going to help me push towards the 80 million crystals much faster. It usually takes me to the very last day and the very last hours to get it. Maybe I'll get it earlier, but we shall see. It all depends how lucky I get with the bastion quests. But yeah, this is the sole purpose, and most of these new game modes have this karuaks set up after the fighting is over. And the last 2 are not really bringing you a lot of crystals, especially the last one, and it's the hardest one. So most people won't even have troops. If there's been a bloody Kingsland, won't even have troops to really complete it, or it's going to be a struggle to complete it. But you're going to mostly get season coins. This one has a decent amount of crystals, but this one has like 4 million crystals or something. So this one is very impactful. And if we can get all of these, at least the last one doesn't really matter for fighting. But if we get these 2 before the fighting ends, that would be honestly the best KVK mode I would have experienced. Almost, well, it would be a toss-up between Orleans and Tides of War, but it would be a tremendous experience for more people. But I also understand why they do it, because if you have this amount of crystals and this amount of crystals, less people are going to spend on the mountain warfares and things like that. So I understand it from a monetary value, but from the gameplay perspective, I don't see why some of this chronicles wouldn't be pushed to make way for at least the 3rd karuak, which is the best one out of all 5, to make it somewhere it's still going to be relevant in terms of fighting. So that's the only complaint I really have with this KVK. I like it. And what do you guys think? I saw that my poll has been fairly positive about this KVK, and I can see why. And with all that said, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.